Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about a kind of a challenge I set myself, and it's like how to use a digital camera like a film one. So it's like the approach of photographing and the mind, also the way of thinking behind that. So it's like a film experience with digital camera, and I mean, I have my Nikon film camera, which is like a Nikon F65, and I'm quite happy with it. But it has some downsides, like the cost of film, or you cannot preview the images. But still, it's a different experience than using uh, than using a film camera. Sorry, than using a digital camera, and it makes you slow down and it makes you think a little more or appreciate more things differently. And so the idea of this challenge is some I read some descriptions about that. I've seen some videos, and I was thinking to do it for years, but never really doing that. And so the idea is to take like the good things from film and adapt them like to the more digital approach. And for this reason, I kind of set some rules, as I said, to myself. And before actually going to that, the camera I choose to use it is Nikon Zfc, which is a digital camera. And I think why it's really good for that is that because it has a screen which you can feel, if that's the correct word, and have no screen. And it's not actually DSLR, so you cannot see through the lens, which could be perfect. Maybe I should have a like a good DSLR at some point so I can use this technique. And then looking through that, I like sorry. So I mean it's also the design of the camera which makes it ideal. And what else? And as I said, I set some rules for myself, and those like I have to. As I said, the first rule was like to have the screen covered so I cannot see, and only have to look through the like kind of viewfinder, but it's a digital one, so it's not perfect. And then shoot in black and white, uh, one photo per subject. So I cannot like because it's like as thinking as film. I cannot check the photos or browse the images. No, through all the time until I finish my digital film, I cannot go and preview what I shoot. And shoot 36 photos. I was wondering how to do that, and I decided the best idea was like to get a counter. And every time I took a photo, click until I see zero. I also set the ISO constant. I think it was 125, and aperture priority because that's. I mean, maybe people want to shoot more manual on an experience like that. But even in my film camera, I have it aperture priority, so it doesn't fully change this approach. Uh, I also allow myself to use exposure compensation. And sometimes, if I remember which photo was, I don't know, it's like it was warning to me that I'm over or under exposed based on the screen, but what we see on the screen sometimes also depends on the outside lighting. If it's really bright, it gives you the feeling that is, dark or the opposite. And as I said, looking through the viewfinder, it was another rule, and also print the photos. And having this before in my mind somehow pushed me more to commit on that because I was more thought mindful of how many photos I took and things like that. And the other challenge that was, but I don't think I'll do it again, it was to finish the film, digital film, on the day. And that was resulted, if I go back and some reflection, uh, I work much more than I was expecting and what I usually do in this type of walks. And I also I walk in paths that I don't usually go. And that's it makes me to push through. Even it was like the general area the same then, but it was pushed me to different areas and forced me to look more carefully. And we go through the photos and do that. And I quite enjoy the printing process for some reason. And I noticed more things in familiar places that I didn't appreciate before. I don't know why was that. Well, not actually. I know it's like because it forces you to push you more to look. And another thing is I didn't appreciate so much my camera. I have it for don't know a couple of years, but I didn't appreciate so much as before. And also, especially, I didn't appreciate how good the prints are, and at least to my eyes, and how how good the black and white film look, the black and white photos look. So let's go through the photos. This was like some uh, shoes left. I was passing a few times through this, and I was seeing that, but never actually photographed them. So I was happy that I photographed them. The second photo, it was not the best one. It was like some food remains, and I don't think it's clear. It's like a pizza and some fries. Then it's a coat. I usually like this type of photos, but I was really uncomfortable because there were lots of people and it was in a central location, and I think I should have taken it slightly different. I really like this close sign. Then I was passing to a shop and I've seen these like teddy bears. And I think if I put the word title, it was so cute. Like the word cute represent that way. And it was like an underwear shop. I'm sometimes make took photos of it, but it has like this protection down, and it looks the silhouette behind it was looking to me quite interesting. Some street art. I noticed that there are some patterns of same objects I do enjoy photographing. In fact, Mykonos. Mykonos is a quite an expensive island in Greece, and quite a lot of influencers go. I've never been. I don't know if I will go. This dress, I think it's for a lady, but I don't know about the reflection also. But it was looking so tiny, and the window of the shop was like in a lower level, and I find it interesting. It's like a chair between some rubbish bins. It's like two grooms, if I'm saying that. I always confuse the word. But I quite like this photo. I think it's one of my favorites from the series. A beer bottle. It's like a jeans hanged on the street, but they have like uh, two or more of hangers. So I don't know if there was a reason like for some people to collect it or some rubbish and mattress. You can see mattresses in Greece in different places because people are not so responsible, and some people go and put some text on it. Pizza statue, like outside the shop. I quite like that. It's like a forgotten Santa from because it's October and I don't think they put like the things on the top yet. But it's like also the tree is like inversed. This is like a doll in a store. I don't know, they have quite beautiful dolls there. And like opposite the shop it was like this. I like the bokeh. I like the pattern on the cap. I quite like this photo also. Another from some that store. It's like it's like some tape on an electricity thing. But I don't know. It feels like a piece of art to me, like a contemporary piece of art, and it worked well in black and white. Close to that, it was like this. It's like a still life, but the texture on the leaves is beautiful. This is like a piece of bread, but it does, and a receipt, but it doesn't look so nice. But the texture on the leaves is really beautiful. I don't know if you can see there. This is how I have to read. It says it's fork. Okay, sorry. This fork is made for pasta, and this again, kind of the details I like to photograph. It's a small thing on the street, but I like the texture not only here but also on like it's the road, the street, the dirty street, but it comes really nice in black and white. It's like a piece of sweet. This was like a thing that they used to have like newspapers, free press, but just stay there and people put their rubbish there. But again, it's something interesting. It's like maybe a hotel or something, and it has this giant. It's called ladybird or this insect. This was like out of a nightclub. The chair is missing this, and I like the detail. The sticker and the bokeh. I like this type of photos always. It's like this pattern I keep repeating. And I saw the same thing, but in a different place. Here is like a water thing. I don't know why, but I like how the plant stands behind. I don't know if it's fake plant or something. Here again, it's like I think this was like a photo of like traditional Greek clothing, and they put some this like street art on the top. For this one, I have to squeeze between two cars. I like the texture of this, like these clothes, and again, it's like a pattern of the things I keep photograph. This was some outside a shoe shop. I was passing maybe thousands of times over the years from this place, but never actually noticed it. I also like this thing. You can see like it's like some tape to be careful around it, but it gives a nice feeling. It's like a street art. It's like I have it focused. It's like a drunk man hugging the street light. In this area, there used to be like there are some food places people get drunk or eat. This is like similar thing. It's very close to the other one, I guess. Street art. This is like this is like one of the thing. I don't remember which is the correct upside down. Maybe this side. This is what is the element of surprise that always come in photography and I enjoy. For some reason, I don't understand why people squeeze all these bottles between it. It was like the wall and like a telephone or electricity box. And the last photo was like this outside the store. And I wasn't expecting to come back with these photos, and that's why I said it was an interesting experience to me. And then it's like another thing I wasn't planning is like I printed larger this one and I put it in my wall, and I think that's where the hobby starts becoming kind more happy, like happy place, and to decorate your house with your own photos. And again, it's maybe nobody likes them, but for me it makes me happy, and at the end of the day, maybe that's only what matters. I mean, for me. And I also print them small, those smaller. Like two of them was like an A4, the other was like A4, and I print this on A4 and cut them and put them here. And again, it makes me happy that it's nice. And the camera, I was surprised. I mean, I was surprised on. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but I was surprised on how good the print goes. Like, and it's like just a kind of a home printer. It wasn't something exciting, and I wasn't appreciating so much. And this was all photos like, yeah, I forgot to say, it was like straight out of the camera photos. So I took the JPEG and I usually shoot RAW, so I set it like to monochrome, nothing really special, and I just do the levels. And I think, again, it took me slightly longer than I was expecting. I hope you like it, and it was definitely an interesting experience. Pretending that I'm shooting like pretending that I'm shooting film on a digital camera. And what's my plan is maybe to repeat it, possibly in color, but I don't know if I could push myself to go like to full, like, 36 in 1. Maybe I can start it one day and then finish whenever I'm ready. Like, have my film on that camera. On the film camera, it's still on 7, and it's a few weeks since I put it inside. I cannot force it. I think that's all for today. I think if you like what you heard, you can also adapt it for you and enjoy. And I think that's all for today. And I see you soon. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day.